Hello, context traders. Today is April 24th, 2025, and I want to go over with you today's trades going into the market open. Beautiful day today, much cleaner for me. I didn't get overly emotional like I did in my previous trading session, tried to simplify things a little bit, and even had a bit of technical difficulty that I was able to manage through pretty well. So let's start right here. We're opening up with a slight gap up, but this is still a position one entry. We're inside yesterday's range here. And even though we did gap a little bit, I really like this open position. I think this is one of the most clear. So one thing I want you to look at here is how on this 5 minute chart, how we came back in the end of the day, we came back into this order block and we started to rip off through the end of the day. We had a pullback right here, and then when we get into the open today, we had gapped up. So what I want you to do is think of this gap as one solid bar. Right? So we had down bar, we closed, we got an up green bar. So just think of that as one big green bar that pushed up. So if we go from this scoop and score 21 bellying up look, and we shoot up and we pull back, where are we then with our Fibonacci, right? We're right in here. Get those numbers over here so we see them a little better, right? Coming right into wicking into the 50% range, bodies closing in that 38.2 range. So I'm very much looking for continuation here to the upside. We come over here on my 1 minute chart and we see that we are coming up into a narrow state. We're narrowing with a rising 21. If we come into a rising 21 into a narrow state, I'm thinking we are going to pop through that until proven otherwise. Now, sometimes we get in here, price will stall, and this will start to rope together and curl back over. But we're coming up with pretty good strength into the open. So we pop up, we pull back. I entered my first position here on the 637 Pacific bar right here. We pop up over the 200. We pull back. We find support. We bounce, pull back. And I actually entered a second time here, averaging out my entry to really very close to the 200 for my average between the two positions. And then we get this beautiful rip just straight on up. Okay. Now, one thing, let's look over here. We're ripping up at the open and we're going into this order block from the end of the day. So we had that end of day sell off, right? We caught this order block, we popped up. I'm looking at that last point of control where we dropped down. And so, really important here, we surged straight through it, right? No hesitation. So we cleared that. Like that's really, really nice and strong move. So a lot of confidence in here that this is going to keep running. Unfortunately for me, I was having some technical issues. My internet was sketchy and I ended up needing to close my position. I closed right here, had to shut down all my charts, reopen, and was not holding through this. But what I did notice when I got everything fired back up, right, we have this little block right here. Right, we pulled back, caught the 10, came up, pulled back right on top of it, and I was able to get back in this move um, pretty close to where I exited. So even though I missed out on some of this opportunity here to add a little extra if I had gotten in lower, but I felt like I was really just putting my position back on roughly where I got out. I was just down, like gave up a few pennies here, so not a big deal. I was able to re-enter on this bar here as it was touching and bouncing off of the 10 EMA on the 1 minute chart and retesting that last stall point that was the high of day. So we get this break, retest, bounce again. I exited half of my position here. I felt like we are getting a little bit extended from the 21. So I didn't want to have I didn't want to have a hard pullback reversion. So I took half off there, playing to the 10 with the remaining half. We held, we popped off again. This time, though, the impulse was not as strong as the previous impulse, right? So we have impulse one, okay, impulse two, same distance, impulse three, ooh, not as far, right? Not even halfway. And so when this one starts to pull back, I killed this trade right here on this down close 7:11 Pacific Standard Time bar as it's boom ripping down. I'm out. Now we chop around here for a few minutes, and what do we get? We get a nice little retesting H pattern right on top of the 21. Again, MA's still going up, still going up. Over here, 10 still holding nice, popping up. 21, 50, everything's looking good. Where are we at here? Let's get all time frames aligned.
Connection
All right, we're
lost.
getting up into this particular order block as well. So, right here, okay, there we go. And I am a little bit, I was a little bit cautious. I didn't take this first bounce, right? This first bounce here, I didn't take because we were in this order block. So this order block here, um, so from yesterday, right, where we fell out of, we're up in that order block. So I did not take this first pullback touch. I was a little concerned we might come and then rip back through. So it came, it pulled back, and it starts to rise. And once we clear the 21 on the 1 minute chart again, that gave me a little bit more confidence that this was holding and continuing. So I re-entered right here at 461.30, and we take this up, and we get another nice move. We get another nice one, pull back two, three, stalled out, started to fall, right? I got a little greedy here, to be honest. I should have just closed right here on this fail because we got the one, two, three. We're pretty overextended at this point. I held off for 3 more minutes, seeing if we could get another little surge. We didn't. I closed right here, pretty close to the 21 MA. And then you see the next minute it cut through, right? Um, and then I was looking back over here again. So let me line these up. What do we have right here? We broke, fell back in. We're retesting that order block now. We cracked out of it, we pulled back into it, and we're seeing this 10 on the 5 minute chart is still holding price. We see, yes, we got below the 21 here, but look at the angle of the 21. I want everyone to see this. See, this 21 is still churning up, right? We're still on this trajectory. We did not get this bellying overlook yet. 50 still up. Right? We are getting into a wide state, so the runs are slowing down. They're not getting as big. So if you wanted to sit this one out and wait for a deeper reset to take another call, perfectly okay. Or if you wanted to wait for this to pop off, fail, and then drop, that's okay as well. But I did think that we had maybe one or two more impulses because this is really the first break retest of that high area from the previous day. So I get in here, bar comes down. My favorite entry model is the little trident rocket bar, cut, boom, as it's popping up. I get on this one. It did fail here, came back, uh, basically came really close to my entry point and popped off again. Get up here. And then as this bar is surging through, this one moved pretty quick, so my entry was not great. I intended to catch and add on to this position. It actually ended up being closer to here, a little higher than I would have liked, honestly. I was trying to catch it a little bit lower, but this bar just it came down and just boom, just took off. So when I re-entered or added on to my position, it was moving up pretty fast, and we got another one. See retrace, two, three, pop up. Now we're getting really, really frosty at this point. Again, held this. Probably should have just killed it right here. We got a one, two, three. We're very overextended, but I waited. Got a little greedy again here. I was pretty deep in the green for the day and was comfortable with holding runners. Um, but it's fine. I also didn't get the best exit. This bar dropped through the 10 pretty aggressively. I was out pretty close to the 21 again here. So, but overall, really nice trade uh, coming into this area. And that was it for me. This was right around 8:20 Pacific. We chop around in here for a little bit. There were a couple more good setups. I did end up taking one final end of day setup. I'll just very quickly go over. I went and I had some other things that I was doing for the day, but I got back to my office end of day and couldn't help myself. I saw this beautiful, beautiful setup. It felt like somebody just gave me the code to the ATM machine again here. Just absolutely, like these are just perfect. Look at this. Okay, so we have another nice down, over, down, right? We have this look here. What do we have? Okay, so we wick down into it, plopped out, pulled back, 50's up, 21 is still up. It is getting flat-ish, right? It's flat-ish. It's not on that hard 45, but it's still going up. And we're seeing the 10 EMA was flattening out, right? On the 2 minute, we are still below the 21. But again, look at the angle, right? This one here, this should have, if we were going to go down, this should have gone lower, right? We came down, we pulled back. It's tenting under the 21. This should have gone lower. It did not fall, right? Because we didn't get lower on that impulse and we started to hold and hold and hold, it looked pretty clear to me that we are going to try to have another one of these end of day run ups. I did not grab it initially. I did not get here. I didn't get here. I waited, right? And I got in right on this bar right here. So it's align the time frames. So again, not the perfect entry, right? I could have made an argument for why you could have been in down here on this bar. But when the MAs are roping together, I tend to want to wait just another minute or two just to feel very confident. I really did think this was going to pop off, but I wanted to see the energy. I wanted to see the momentum shift. So we pop through. Next bar hesitates, doesn't get lower, closes as it's going up. I'm in, and we had another nice run. One, two, three, right into the bell. Crazy bar here. A couple minutes after the bell. This one was just all over the place, going nuts. Thought for a second it might just rip up here. I had drawn out 468 as the next target up here, but it went up and down. And when price started to settle really close to where it opened, actually,
Connection
I
lost.
was able to exit on that trade. So beautiful, beautiful day overall. Remember, folks, not here to tell you how to trade, just want to help you learn how I trade and hope that this helps you in your personal goals and pursuits. Until next time, have a blessed day.